and I am very excited to be here with you today on this live show as we make something really fun. So if you're new to this, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back, and thank you for joining me as we are going to be creating with a brand new designer blend today that I helped create along with the amazing Becky Doll and Sarah Lovecraft. We had so much fun creating these, and I can't wait to share them with you. So first off, happy holidays. It is almost Christmas. I am wearing a Christmas gift I got from my son, and I really wanted to wear it today because I know a lot of us are making jewelry for the holidays right now, and I know also that we are always delighted when we receive it as well. It's one of those gifts that is just so special and always has special meaning. So this came from my son, which made me extra special happy because it is jewelry, and he knows I love jewelry, so he gave this to me as an early Christmas gift. So I wanted to wear it today. So without further ado, I want to give you a sneak peek of what we're going to be working with today in this show. We're going to be designing with the Woodland Designer Blend. And this is a brand new item at Art Beads, and there's actually several of them available, and I can't wait to show you what's inside of here and really open it up and show you, because we are just going to be using these beads to make jewelry. We're just going to add findings and some stringing material as well, but the base of the beads are just going to be what's from in this mix, because you can make so much with it. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. If you are new to this and you haven't seen how this platform works before, it is something really fun where we get to interact. So you can actually leave comments. I see Becky right there. Hi, Becky. Thank you. So I can see her comment right now. She's over on artbeads.com/live, and she's commenting. So you can comment as well, and you can tell me your Christmas plans. You can ask to see a bead up close, whatever it might be. If you are on artbeads.com/live, I can see and read your comments. If you're on another platform, welcome. Thank you for joining us too. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can follow the link in the video description, and it'll take you to artbeads.com. And when you comment there, I can see your comments and we can talk back and forth as well. Now you can also shop as well while you are here on this broadcast. There is a little shopping bag that you'll see on your screen. If you click on that, it will show you everything in the whole show. So you don't have to wait for me to pick up something to learn more about it. If it's a tool you see on my table or the bead mix or whatever it might be, you could just click on that shopping bag and it will take you right to all the items, and you can click on them, you can learn more about them, and you could add them right to your shopping cart. And I see Tammy is here as well. Hi, Tammy. Thank you for joining us. It's good to see you here as well. Okay, I really want to flip my camera over and show you this bead mix because I'm so excited. I want to tell you the story behind it as well. So I am going to flip my camera, and we are going to see the bead mix. I'm going to put on my beading glasses as well so I can read the comments too. Okay, here we go, guys. All right, so lots of fun stuff. Hi, Eric. Oh, yes, it is a very tasty looking necklace, although I am not going to be eating it because I'm treasuring this. But it is fun to think how we started making jewelry at such a young age. I know a lot of us made these like Fruit Loop little candy necklaces. Hi, Vandana. Thank you for joining us too. Okay, I'm clearing some of my tools. I'll talk about them in a minute. Hi, Deb. Deb is joining us as well. Deb Floros, thank you for joining us. And she actually inspired this for me because she is a great stringing jewelry artist, and she makes me want to string. So I was inspired by her to do a stringing project for this video. Okay, here is this mix. So this is the Woodland Designer Blend, and you get so many beads. Now the story behind this is Sarah Lovecraft, Becky Doll, and I, we all went to Idaho, and we got to play. We got to dig through hundreds of boxes of beads, many of them untouched for years and years and years, 10 years, 20 years, so many years. And we were all saying, I've never seen this bead before. I've never seen this bead before. And we were having so much fun. And what we did is we picked out our favorite beads, and then we built collections around them. So this is the Woodland collection, the Woodland Designer Blend. And you can see all these beautiful check glass beads in here. I'm going to scoop them up and hold them a little closer too. Hi, Susanna. Good morning. Hi, Carol Ann. Okay, So I think it was Becky who said this one reminded her of a sweater. And I can totally see it. It reminds you of like a knit sweater. And so that was the bead that we built this around. And then we found other beads that we thought looked really good with it. And these fun like crackly beads. So there was just all these beads that we started to play with. And these are all limited edition because once they're gone, they're gone. We can't actually make more of any of these blends because they were these like lost treasure beads that we found. So there's some little leaf beads in here too. Yeah, the sweater bead, Becky, I know you said that. And I was just like, yes, it is a sweater. We were giggling. We were just having so much fun. And then in this particular mix, there's also a ton of seed beads. So I thought that would be fun. I think all of us were thinking, wow, we should put some seed beads in here too. So I think you can make a lot of really show-stopping projects with these big beads, but then you could even take this pretty collection, this curated color collection of seed beads, and do some like circular brick stitch around a ring, or you could do something with just the seed beads alone, or a loom project, or some bead weaving. So a lot of different things you can do with this mix. All right, so I'm going to scoot my pretty mix aside for just a minute, because I want to show you real quick that there are other mixes too. Here I have another one, and they're all so different. So this is the jungle green mix. Hi, Jan. Yes, it is. It's such a good mix of beads. I love the woodland. I love every mix. All of us designers, we're really going crazy. I don't want to mix up these two mixes, but you see, here's one with all these pretty beads. This is a jungle green mix. And these are all limited quantities, like I said. We've actually launched a couple other of these mixes ahead of time. I know Sarah Lovecraft did one in her video, and it sold out super quick. We've also got a mix called Santa's Little Helper. And it's got cute little Christmas trees and peppermints. And that one, we're down to just a handful left. So these really are, get them while you can because they go really fast. Okay, but this is the one I'm going to be working with today. And what I wanted to do is I just wanted to pull out kind of a smattering of different items I could use to create jewelry out of this mix. So, hold everything a little higher. Okay, let me do that. Okay, how's that, guys? Does that look a little bit better? So you can see all those pretty beads and pretty colors. That is what I love about this new platform we're on, is you guys can give me some information, some feedback, or if you want to see something again, and I can see it right away, which is great. Okay, so we are going to be doing a stringing project with these, and I'm going to be using this stringing wire, and I've pre-cut 26 inches. And so that's going to be our main thing. I also pulled out some wire. I have some artistic wire, 24 gauge. And I just was like, I don't know what I'm going to be using exactly. So I just pulled different things. I have a really pretty nun design little focal, like a little charm pendant. And if you're seeing what I'm seeing on my screen, I'm seeing little boxes pop up with the little product images. You can also click on those and it will take you to that exact product. You can learn more about it. And then I don't go away. I'm talking still. I just shrink down. And when you want to come back to me, you just click on my image. Even if you're in the shopping cart, you can still do that. Yes, Becky, I thought this was perfect. I don't know if I'm going to use it though. I just wanted it on hand in case I did want to use it. And then I've got some head pins and eye pins, a couple toggle clasps. So you can see those. I don't know which one I want to use yet. And then I do want to show you this earring. This is my very favorite earring hook in gold. And it's a really pretty long, elegant with a slightly flattened end. So it's really elegant and pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and start making things. Oh, and I have crimp beads and crimp bead covers. And they came in this little set, so you didn't have to coordinate the sizes. It came in a little set already. Okay. So I've got 26 inches of beading wire pre-cut. Now I have a little bead stopper right here. So the way it works is it's like an accordion, and you just put the end of your beading wire through it. And I'm gonna leave a tail of 3 to 4 inches. And I pre-cut enough of my wire that I left 3 to 4 inches on each side. So that is how the little bead stopper works. And then you can just string on beads, and you don't need beads for the beading wire. And what's nice is with the bead stopper, all you have to do is take it off from this end if you don't like how the beginning works. So if you're going to be laying out your beads and you don't like the first part of your design, you don't have to undo everything. You can just go ahead and take this off and then start from here again. Okay, let's do a few beads. I don't know if this is going to be the middle or the end, but let's go ahead and start with this pretty little bead right here. So it's kind of like a little triangle bead. It's a pretty little triangle bead. And if you miss anything, don't worry. This is saved. It's archived. You can come back and watch it anytime at artbeads.com/live, and you'll be able to replay it again and watch it over. You can also share it with your friends by clicking on the little arrow button if you think someone else might like to see this as well. It's so fun to bead together. Okay, so I'm going to just string on some of these pretty beads. I don't think I'm going to use the tiniest little seed beads for this project. I'm going to do some of these other bigger sizes. In this mix, there's actually quite a few different sizes of beads. And I think what I'm going to do is a little trick I do sometimes when I'm designing, where I'm going to lay out a few of the bigger beads ahead of time to kind of see what they're going to look like before I string them on. I love these sweater beads. So I got 2 sides, of course, of the necklace, so I'm just kind of lining these up, seeing how that might look. And then we got these nice little brown beads in here too, which are fun. And then at the end, I'm also going to make some earrings too, because you can make a lot of different things out of this mix. So who else lines their beads up like this when they are doing a stringing project? I'd love to hear how Deb lines hers up, because she always has the pretty stringing projects. Okay, so I'm just kind of making a little pattern, figuring out how I'm going to lay these guys out. And then I've got these leaves, and they are side drilled right there. So they're not front drilled, they're side drilled, which is really nice. So I'm going to put these here as well and make like a nice little pattern with them. I don't know, I kind of want more of these sweater beads in this design. Do them up there. Oh, you sometimes do, but you don't always. Wow. Yeah, so Deb was saying she sometimes lays it out, but she sometimes doesn't. I'm very impressed. Okay, oh, I forgot about these crackle beads. Okay, so I totally forgot that this mix came with all of these pretty beads as well. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in my design. And thank you for the hearts. When you click on the little heart icon, it shows me little floaty hearts that I get to see, so I know that you're enjoying it, which is always fun. It's nice that we can really interact and really talk to each other here. Okay. If anyone has any suggestions, let me know, because I can definitely modify this design as we're going. Okay. So should I put some little crackle beads down here, or should I put more up here? And Deb, that's a really good tip. It can help when you lay it out like this to check sizing and compatibility and shape and color. I totally agree. Okay. So I think I am going to start with this, but I want to put a little sparkle down at the base. So I'm going to use these little triangle beads again. Oh, definitely in the front. Okay, so more of the little crackle beads in the front. Okay, let's try that. Here, I'm gonna have to expand my space. Let me move this up a little so you can hopefully see it a little bit better. Okay. Oh, I love all the hearts. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. So I don't have a larger focal bead, But that's why I brought in this. I was like, well, maybe what I should do, and I have a little jump ring as well. I was thinking maybe I should put that as a focal pendant. So I think I might do that. So I might make this then symmetrical. So maybe we've got 2 leaves on each side. We're coming to like a focal point here, and we'll have this with the little jump ring on it, and we'll string that right on. Let's see. Just make sure that this is symmetrical. Okay. So, keep track of what I'm doing here. The beauty of having those little bead stoppers is if I make a mistake, I can just undo it and it's not a big deal. Okay, so, okay, I think I like what I've got going now. Okay, so now I'm going to start the actual stringing. So I've got my bead stopper on right here, and I have the end of my wire, and I already put on a couple little smaller beads because I always like to have little smaller beads up towards the end where I'm going to do my crimping. Okay, so I'm just going to start at the top, and then we'll see how long this ends up being. I might add more beads to either end. Okay, shift the mat, says Brenda. Okay, oh, now you can see it better. Okay, great. I will try to keep it up here so that we can see the beading a little bit. I might just need to stretch a little bit. I've got rather short arms. Here we go. So let's see. Okay, and I'm just going to string all these beads in the sequence that I laid them out on my table, and we'll see what we end up with. So how many people have finished their Christmas shopping? Oh, thank you, Carol Ann. So you can see how these are going on, and we're just doing one after another. I think I'm down to about 2 or 3 gifts left, and then I will be done. Okay, so here they go. You see these were just stringing on, and you could definitely put seed beads between these and extend them out some more as well. Becky, you just have a couple gifts left. Yep. Then you'll be done. I know it always feels so good when you're done, but Christmas came up really fast this year. The holidays just like zoomed by. All right, where are you, hole? There you are. Okay, we're going to keep stringing. And don't forget, if you like anything you see in this and you want to know more about it, just click on that shopping bag icon. And what it will do is it will take you right to the full details of all the items that we use in the shows. It'll take you to all their images and you can click on them to learn more. Okay, so we've got this so far. I added my first little leaf bead and I think it's cute. I like the little leaf. So I'm just going to keep on going. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the jump ring on here first. So I'm using 2 pairs of chain nose pliers. And Brenda has 2 more necklaces to make. Oh my gosh, you're almost there. How many did you make to start with? If you've got 2 more to go. We're just going to open that jump ring up. Put on our pretty little pendant. And close it on up. And I did not close that jump ring very well. Here, let me try again. Okay, that's better. Okay, so where was it? It's right here. Okay. I'm just going to keep on going. I always forget how much I love stringing. It is so soothing. I don't do it as much as I do bead weaving or embroidery or some other different jewelry techniques. But when I do the stringing, it is really, really soothing and fun. And I love these mixes because I didn't have to then pick out the beads myself. I mean, I picked these out with Sarah and Becky, but I didn't have to search for which beads I wanted to use in a given collection here, in a given project. Okay, how do we like the focal? Is that good to have a focal in the middle? I think so. I think it kind of anchors the design. Oh, Brenda, you made 3 and a lot of bracelets. How fun. I'm sure everyone's going to be really excited to get them. All right, I'm going to keep stringing just along my path. Oh my gosh. One thing with these crackle beads is I have to catch the light right to be able to get to see the hole. Here, I love the sparkle of those. Yeah, when we were in Idaho and we were playing with these mixes, we were having the best time. We were like kids in a candy store. And we just couldn't believe that there were all these beads that none of us had ever seen before. Which was, you know, we've all been beading for quite a long time. And we were all just like, I've never seen this bead. I've never seen this bead, or I've never seen this bead in that color, which was part of the fun, was like discovering all these treasures. So we hope you like these designer blends as much as we do, because we definitely had so much fun picking them out. Okay, so I'm just continuing to go along. Oh, Shelly, you love the lemon and lime mix. Oh, good. I'm glad you found that mix. There's a Art Deco mix that I've got my eye on that I just love too. Okay. Let's see what we have so far. Okay, so you see how this is coming along? A really nice long necklace, a statement piece with all these beautiful beads in it. And we've only got a few more to do until we've kind of finished up our sequence. And you, like I said before, you could definitely use more of the seed beads, and you wouldn't need to use as many of these big beads. And then you can make multiple necklaces out of it too. And you can see how many I have left. So I definitely have a lot more beads left. And actually, I was just looking at these would be really fun on a memory wire bracelet. If you put all these little leaves kind of spiking out on a memory wire bracelet, that would be super cute. Okay, what have we got here? We're done with our sequence. So this is what we have. And I'm going to do something that I always forget to do. I'm going to put my bead stopper on the other end before they all come off. Okay, so here is our Woodland mix, and then we just added one extra thing, which was the charm, besides the findings, of course, in the stringing material. But this is what we have for our main necklace design. And then I want to make it a wee bit longer. So to both ends, I'm just going to add some more of the triangle beads that came in the mix. So let me just do that to both ends. So I just took the bead stopper off of one end. And I could put more of the bigger beads too, of course. But I'm just going to put some of these smaller little triangles up towards the end. It also makes it a little bit easier when you're doing like the toggle clasp, if you don't have a really big thick bead right by the toggle. So it is a nice little tip to add just some smaller beads. Okay, bead stopper back on. And we'll just go to this side, add a few as well. And I started with 26 inches of beading wire. So I was leaving myself at least a 4-inch tail on either side to be able to do an 18-inch necklace. Okay. So here we go. So we've got that. All the pretty beads. Hi, Brenda. Thanks, Brenda, for saying it's nice autumn colors. That's what we were thinking too. Nice autumn colors. And we'll kind of go with almost anything. If you're wearing a nice sweater or something, this would look really good with it. Okay, I'm going to scoot this down so it's a little bit more evenly distributed. Okay, so here is our necklace. And now we're going to need to add crimp beads and a toggle. So does anyone have a preference as to which toggle I use? I've got 2 different styles picked out. I have like a little swirly one, and then I have a nun design. So does anyone have a preference? Which one they think would look best with it? thinking maybe I'll go with the swirly because, well, no, I'll go with the nun design because I have the nun design pendant, so we'll match. So we'll go with the nun design, and I'm just going to move this down a little bit so I can see it. So what you want to do is I've got my crimping pliers. These are just standard crimping pliers right here, and we're going to do a little bit of crimping. Oh, Brenda says the swirl. Okay, we'll go with the swirl. Let's see, where did it go? Where did I put it? It's lost in a sea of beads. Okay. All right, so we're going to go with the swirl, and I've got my little crimp tubes. It was nice that these came in a set already, the tubes and the covers, so that I didn't have to try to match them. Okay, so we're going to take off. Oh, Carol Ann says the swirl too. Perfect. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the feedback. Okay, so we're going to put on the crimp tube, and then we're going to put on the swirl for the toggle. And we're going to loop it back around. And I always like to go through several beads next to it as well. Okay. And don't forget, if you like what you see, you can add it right to your shopping cart as I'm talking, and you're still going to be part of the broadcast. You won't disappear. You won't lose anything. And then you can get these fun items to play with too, especially these designer blends because they are limited quantities. Okay, here we go. We got that little crimp tube on there. And we're going to put it in the back notch, if you can see that. And we're just going to squeeze. And then we're going to rotate it. And press. And we crimped our crimp tube. So now we've got the little wire. I like to cut the wires at the very end. I don't know, it's just me. I go back and I cut them off at the very end. So now what we want to do is we want to slide all our beads down to the base so it's resting against the one we've already done. And we're going to go do the other side now. Oh my gosh, all these seed beads. Oh, I wanted to show you real quick, if you are looking for an easy way to clean up seed beads, I made sure I had this handy. It's a little bead scoop, because what you can do, you can not only kind of clear your table, but when you want to go put these away, that picks them up, and it's just is so easy to use. So I made sure that I pulled that out of my toolbox today. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab another crimp tube, put it on, and then we need our little toggle bar. Oh, I know, Becky, I can't live without the bead scoop either. It's one of those like unsung hero tools where you're like, oh, this little thing is so simple, but you use it for everything. And it's got this nice little tip right here that you can position down into a seed bead tube. So if you've got all your seed beads, sorry, I know I'm going off on a sidetrack, but this is such a great tool. If you've got all your seed beads up here, you can just drop them down into the tube without them spilling. Oh, Brenda uses it too. Yeah, it's such a great little tool. Okay, wait, where was I, guys? Okay, I think I got so excited about that I lost a couple beads off of my design. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and put this one back on and our last few little triangles. Sorry, who knew you could get so excited over a bead scoop? I guess you know you're a devoted jewelry maker when a bead scoop makes you super excited and you lose your beads. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now we're back to where we were. These are all slid down so you don't have any big gaps. Okay. Oh, and I just am reading that the last image you're going to see at the end of the show is Becky, Sarah, and I at the warehouse looking at the newly discovered beads. Yeah, we went crazy. We went a little cuckoo. It was so much fun. And we all came back so inspired because we got to play with all these amazing beads and we got to play together. We all had a lot of fun together. Okay, so I'm leaving just a nice little gap right there. I have no big gaps down here, and I'm just going to crimp this crimp bead as well. and go in the front as well. And so now we've got this attached. Now, before I cut this, I'm going to put on my cover because I find it a little easier to hold to have an extra string, and then I'll trim my ends. Oh, yeah, the crumb tool that waiters use. Yeah, I can totally see that, Brenda. Absolutely. Okay, so this one came with sparkly little crimped bead covers. I like to put them on using my chain nose pliers. And Becky, yes, every box was filled with amazing beads. I think at first we were really overwhelmed. We were like, where do we even start? Everything is so good, but we didn't know where to start. And that's when we started picking out our favorite beads, like these little sweater beads, and then building around them. Because we needed direction because it was just too many cool items. All right, so I've got my little crimp bead cover in my chain nose plier, and it kind of looks like a little Pac-Man right here with it open jaw sticking out towards the end. And then I'm just going to put it around my crimp tube. I knew this was going to be fun to do on camera because it always takes me a few times to get it right. So I knew, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing crimp tubes on camera live. Okay, you just put it around it and you start to pinch it shut. And it creates basically a decorative bead over your crimp tube. So you've got like now an extra little sparkly bead up there. Yes, and Shelly, I agree. Treasure can be found anywhere. Absolutely. I call my boys treasure hunters because they're 4 and 9 and they're always looking on the ground for treasure. And it can be anything. It could be a button that they find at the park or, you know, a leftover party favor somewhere. And it's just they collect them and they put them in little boxes and treasure boxes in their room, which is so fun. But they're always just staring at the ground, looking for treasure. Okay, now I'm ready to crimp. I'm ready to cut my tail. And I'm going to go do that on the other side as well now. And then our necklace is done. And then I want to make a pair of earrings really quick, just to show you the variety and different things you can do. And give maybe some ideas and inspiration. But then I would love if anyone does pick up this Woodland mix, if they could send us pictures of what they've created. Because I feel like everybody's design is going to be totally, totally different. Okay. Yes, they are my little magpies. And my one son, my older one, refuses to get rid of anything. So all packaging, everything must always stay and be recycled, which is great, and turned into something else. But his poor closet is just full of boxes and wrappers and packaging because he insists on keeping it so that he can make something new out of it. All right, we did it. So here is our finished design using the Woodland mix, and that was all the beads are from the Woodland mix, and we just added this one little charm. And I think what would be really pretty too is you could just even do up to this point and then do all seed beads up top. Would be really pretty too. Okay, I'm going to put this aside, and now I want to make a pair of earrings. So I've got some little head pins, I've got some eye pins, and I'm just going to play with some of these beads that are left. So I have a couple sweater beads left. Oh, thank you for the hearts, guys. Yes, must wear with a knit sweater. I totally agree. All right, so what should we do? I think we're just going to do like a pretty little dangly drop earring with this. I think that will be really fun. Okay, so we're going to start with this little bead here, and now I am going to use a seed bead, I think, because I've got all these seed beads and I haven't used them yet. So maybe I'll do a seed bead on the base to add a little orange sparkle. And let's put this up here. There we go. So we got a pretty little dangle that we've created. And I'm going to pull out my very favorite tool, which are my wire looping pliers, which I know I use in every show. And I'm going to create a little simple wire loop with them. So I'm just going to go ahead, kind of pinch them together. It does half the work for me. Bend it on down. Oh, Caroline, yeah, I could see this as a pretty necklace for spring too. It's got the nice green tones and the leaves in it, so it could definitely be for spring. So we created a little loop. Now we're going to take our cutters. Oh, hi, Kim. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, and I cut it real quick because Kim just joined us. This is what we made at the beginning of the show. We made a nice little statement necklace using the Woodland designer blend. And we've been talking about how Sarah, Becky, and I made these blends and had so much fun making them. Okay. And you can catch Becky Nadal and Sarah Lovecraft and a new member of our team, Tammy Hahnemann. You can join all of them here at artbeads.com/live as they create projects and show techniques. And they're so fun to watch. And I know Tammy is going to be joining us for the first time tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific doing some fun DIY sparkle stuff with mixed media. So that is going to be really fun to watch, and I can't wait to watch. And then Becky will be doing a show on Thursday with an Egyptian-themed one of these mixes. So that will be really fun to see what she does with that, because I know she loves, as do I, we both love ancient Egypt. So we were really excited when we put that mix together. Okay, just going to trim that. Okay, so where did it go? I've got so many beads. Okay, bead scoop, I need you again. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the two dangles for our earrings. Now we're going to do one of these little crackly beads, and I'm just going to use an eye pin, so it's already partway created for me. And so we're just going to go ahead and make another loop on the other side. And rotate up and crisscross and trim. Okay, and one more so that we can actually finish this pair of earrings. And cross over. And the sweater beads. Oh my gosh, sweater beads are fun. I think every mix has at least a couple beads that are truly showstoppers. And for me, these sweater beads are definitely my favorite. I know that the Santa's Little Helper mix, the one that we are unfortunately almost out of, that we just have a couple left of, have a pretty like cylindric peppermint looking bead, which is so fun. I know that one was one that really caught our eye. It has red stripes and white stripes, so it really feels like a peppermint candy. And then it also has little Christmas trees in it. So those are the ones that really caught our eye for that mix. And then this mix here, I know I'm getting distracted, but this mix, which is the Jungle Greens, it's got these really pretty beads right here that are like a table cut, and they've got the mat on the side, and then they are see-through, and then these leaves and these other really pretty vintagey looking beads too. I'll pull that one out at the very end. I know I'm getting distracted, but there are a lot of just such unique beads. Okay, here we go. Last bead for our earring, and then we're going to put them all together. So working with those wire looping pliers. Okay, we've got all our components. Now we just need our pretty earring hooks, and then we are going to put all of these guys together. I'm going to grab my chain nose pliers. These are my fine ones. I really like these because they just have such a nice fine tip to them that it makes it really easy. So we're going to go ahead and open this loop. Oh, Kim, you just got the wire looping pliers. Oh, yes, do try them. I hope you really like them. They are hands down my favorite tool. Okay, put that in. Okay, now we have this one up here, and we are going to, oh, hey, I think I put this in the order I wasn't thinking, but actually I think it's gonna work anyways. We'll put the little sweater bead in the middle. Okay. Open that up. Put this little bead here. Becky's saying she loves vintage and vintage looking jewelry. I do too. I absolutely love it as well. Yeah, Becky and I were having fun talking about how we like to go to antique stores and thrift stores and all these fun things. Okay. Okay, and we're just gonna slip that on right there. And we have a really fun dangle earring. So this is what the earring looks like that we made from that mix. And we're just gonna put together the last one so that we have a matched pair. I wouldn't wanna leave just one hanging and not have its pair. Okay, put on the little sweater bead. I don't know what the real name for this bead is, but it will forever be called the sweater bead for me. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and open up one of these loops too. And put it on, and then just the earring hook. Oh, and Kim went antiquing with friends for the first time. Very fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is an ultimate treasure hunt. I never know what I'm going to find. I found all my dishes antiquing once. Someone had a giant box of vintage Fiesta ware, like service for 8, and they wanted like $150 for the whole box. It was an amazing find. So now I have beautiful colored Fiesta ware as my dishes. Okay. And Eric's saying cable knit bead. That is a good name for it. All right, guys, here's the earrings. So those are the earrings we made. And it matches our necklace, of course, because it was made with the same beads. So there's our necklace. And I'm going to show you how many beads we have left. And I think we're going to stop here with the designing, but you can see that you can make a lot more pieces. And then here, these are all still left over. I got some wires in here now. Okay. These are all still left over from the mix, even after we made an entire necklace chocked full of beads, and we made a pair of earrings, and we got, oh, I'm hearing them go on the floor. And then, so you have a lot more designs you can create. You could do another necklace, you could do a bracelet, you can do some bead weaving with all these pretty seed beads. So a lot of different things you can do with them. And again, it's the Woodland Bead Blend Designer Mix. Designer blend, I should say, and it's over at artbeads.com. It is limited supplies, and we can't make more of any of these. So they are definitely these very special mixes. Okay, I'm going to show you this jungle green one real quick for those who are just joining us. So here is the jungle green mix, and I'm going to hold it up too. So you can see all the pretty beads in this mix too. And I love these ones. These kind of cylindric ones are super fun. So I like them as well. So do check out all the blends that we have. We have several of them available right now. There's going to be more coming, but get them while you can. And we do have a few more of those Santa's Little Helpers ones too. If anyone wants to grab some, they are still available, just a few of them left. Okay, I'm going to flip my camera real quick so that we can talk just a little bit more before we sign off, before the holidays, actually. All right. Okay, hi, guys. Let me back up a little bit. Thank you for joining me today. This was so much fun to do. I'm going to find that earring so you can kind of see it. I've got my little Christmas tree earrings, which I did in another show. You can actually see that show at artbeads.com/live. It has been archived. It's using little prestige margarita beads. But if you can kind of see how this would look. So I got that nice little dangly earring right there that we just made in this show. And then got my son's necklace I don't want to take off, but you can see how pretty that would be as well. So a nice little focal necklace with that, with those pretty beads as well. So you can kind of see how that would look on. So thank you for joining me today. It was really fun. It was a nice longer project actually. I wasn't quite sure how long it was going to take, and I'm glad I was able to do the crypt bead covers on camera. Those two always make me nervous. So thank you for joining me. So I'm here every Tuesday at 10 a.m. doing a different project. And then we have tomorrow the amazing Tammy Hahnemann doing some wonderful mixed media stuff. And then Becky is on Thursday and Sarah Lovecraft is on Friday. So we just have a lot of really fun shows, and they are live, and we all get to play together and have fun together and design together. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful holiday. I will see you next Tuesday on the day after Christmas. We're going to be making some gemstone chain together, doing some DIY gemstone chain, which is going to look all boutique-y. So please join me then, and have a very happy holidays. Have a great Christmas, and I will see you then. But definitely check out our other designers later in the week and have lots of fun with them.